Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble news channel. So keep that in mind. If you're not overly dependent on debt and then say, hey, listen, I've been saving up, I didn't want to buy Bitcoin up here, that's fine. Again, if you're like me and think Bitcoin will go up in the medium to long term, you might want it to go down a bit, allow it to fall. Let's buy things and save them up. Well-known businessman and author Robert Kiyosaki says that Bitcoin is the quickest and easiest way to become a millionaire faster than regular business. Kiyosaki thinks that Bitcoin will hit $350,000 by August 2024 and could even go as high as $2.3 million in the future. He talks about how Bitcoin makes getting rich easier than starting a business, saying, Bitcoin does the hard work for me. Kiyosaki sees Bitcoin as a way to protect himself from inflation and currencies that are controlled by the government. Besides Bitcoin, he also recommends investing in Ethereum and Solana. For security during economic downturns, he also suggests adding gold and silver to your portfolio. Bitcoin is worth about $67,680 as of June 11th, which shows big gains over the past year despite recent price changes. The latest drop in Bitcoin's price is due to the market waiting for a Federal Reserve interest rate decision, data on U.S. inflation, and less buying by large Ethereum holders. It's clear that Kiyosaki thinks Bitcoin has a lot of promise as a transformative asset class. It's also a key part of his investment strategy for financial security and prosperity. This is the key. What did we talk about in the past game plans? To put it simply, we knew there was resistance up here, which we saw again here and here. We also knew there was support here, where we saw this beautiful rise, which tells us that it's likely we'll be going back to that level. As a technician or someone who is only looking at the charts, you should still pay attention to the fact that this channel was building, we broke out of it, and we are still above it. So being above it gives you a neutral to positive bias. It's fine if we come back and touch this level again. If you're a bull, a daily close below is not okay. When you close below, it breaks the strength of the rising side again, giving the bears more confidence. Once you make that happen, it will start trading. If it starts trading here, it will finally trade here, and then maybe even down here. That's kind of cool. If you're someone who might want to collect Bitcoin, maybe you're thinking, I have some Bitcoin, but I really would like to accumulate more. I want to show you this convergence. So let's take a look at this and drag this line across the center area right here. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see this sideways stabilization right there before the big bull run? What do you know? Just look at the bottom level of this channel. It's the same level as the top level. Thus, if this were to actually happen, it would truly be amazing to have the chance to buy Bitcoin. To be clear, I know that a lot of people are watching and thinking, oh my goodness, I don't want that to happen. This would be terrible, blah, 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 blah. Because they are so heavily invested in Bitcoin. Leverage is a bad game to begin with. That means it will catch you. The algorithms that run every market will finally find you and take you. It doesn't mean they'll get you this time or next time. Guys, I've been in the markets in the institutional world, and they will finally hunt you down. Just know that. So keep that in mind. If you're not overly loaded and then say, hey, listen, I've been saving up, I didn't want to buy Bitcoin up here, that's fine. If you're like me and think Bitcoin will go up in value over the next few to several years, I think it should go down a bit so that we can buy more and more. The price of Ethereum was below this important mark. As a result of your big move up, it stayed above this pivot high, which is this little yellow-white line. However, we closed below it, making 3 inside bars, which is bearish. There was a down move with sideways consolidation, a down move with sideways consolidation, and then you got your move. Again, the chart shows us how this possible drop could happen. Now, this is tricky because there isn't a lot of support here. There aren't many levels back in this area that give us that chance to find support. The only thing we do have is this area right here, so you can look here, right around here, and this upward sloping trend line here. I think that the first big support for Ethereum will be between 31 and 3,300 levels if it keeps going down. So once more, 3,100, please bear with me, so 3,100 to 3,300. That's my area where I think we can get good Ethereum backing. Let's look at gold next. Now, let's talk about gold again. We got our small bounce off of this chart setup, and we're keeping it up. But once more, what kind of pattern are we making? There I go again. Is it becoming this again, that again? What do we know? If you remember that probabilities don't give you 100%, then this would mean a 70% chance that it will go down. With only 2 candles, that's only about a 60% chance, but it still favors the downside, and that could set up a drop in the next few days, maybe because of the CPI data or because of the Fed's comments later in the silver. Pretty much the same thing here, guys. We're seeing a small drop today after yesterday's bounce, but keep an eye on the pattern that's starting to form. First, you have your channel, which is a beautiful record of your highs and lows, right? But once more, if you start with a down move and then a sideways move, I think you have at least 2 more ways to go down to $28. Could that price drop even more? That's correct. If we do drop below that level, I need to look at the charts again and use the technicals to figure out if we're going to go even lower or if that level is going to work. Now, if you're like me and use dollar cost averaging by putting one pinky in the water, then another finger and so on, I might buy a little right here if it gets to this 28.50 level. Then I'll just have levels where maybe every dollar lower I'll add and dollar cost average in if my bigger macro play on silver stays bullish, which it does right now. Guys, this was a great way to get back to the crime scene. You guys know what to expect because I've been giving you these game plans, right? We have our lows now, right? These kinds of lows all the way through this stabilization, which was a bad sign. That's your low level we broke up. That's it, folks. Someone did that to the crime scene, and I drew this line there yesterday. A slowdown is what you'd expect. I did make a small mistake here with the oil. We'll see if I'm right when I say that oil prices will go down in the coming days and weeks. This is based on both the chart and my bigger economic slowdown in the US.